Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be looking at the words from Hansi Flick as we build up towards tomorrow's big game against Borussia Dortmund, the second leg of the UCL Quarter-Finals. Barcelona going into that game with a 4-0 lead and looking to finish the job and get over the line and reach the semifinals of the Champions League. We're going to be looking at the words from Hansi Flick as well as Szczęsny. And before we do that, guys, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. And the link to become a member is also posted down below. Access to some exclusive perks and access to the Discord server for the members. But as always, guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get started with the video and let's look at the words from Hansi Flick in his press conference before tomorrow's big match against Borussia Dortmund. Hansi Flick, he was asked on how he would approach the match. He says, we're coming off a 4-0 deficit in the first leg. We're trying to play our best, and I think in games like these, we have to be very focused and play the way we know how. He says, we're lucky to have a lead coming into the match because tomorrow's match will be very difficult. I want my team to enjoy playing against one of the most important teams in all of Europe. We want to play a good match and maintain the level of the 4-0 victory from the first leg. And you saw, Hansi Flick's reaction, and even some of the players, they realized that the job isn't done. Barcelona, we've set up the lead in the first leg, but, we don't want to have a repeat of some of the nightmare debacles from past years reoccur right now. We want Barcelona to reach the semifinals of the Champions League. We want to take that step and basically be, in the latter stages of the UCL competition. And thus, you have to be 100% focused. And for that, I do expect a very strong lineup from Hansi Flick, but with some rotations here and there. And we're going to be talking about that later on in the video. Hansi Flick, he talks about the goalkeeper situation because Ter Stegen, he's recovering. And of course, Ter Stegen, when he does recover, there could be some debate on who would be starting in that in that goalkeeping position. I think it's clear for me and for a lot of Barcelona fans, I do not want to see Ter Stegen start whatsoever. I want Ter Stegen to just sit on the bench. I want Szczęsny to finish the rest of the season. I have my faith in Szczęsny. You guys know my opinion on Ter Stegen. I think Ter Stegen is a liability for Barcelona. I know he was absolutely fantastic, last year in La Liga and everything. In the year that we won the La Liga actually in under Xavi, but he's not at the same level. He hasn't been at the same level or even at the level required for Barcelona in many, many years. Hansi Flick, this is what he has to say in regards to that. He says, on the Ter Stegen Szczęsny duel, anything can happen in football. I can't give you a 100% answer. And honestly, I wish Hansi Flick said, hey, I have my faith in Szczęsny. He's my number one. I am sticking with him. That's what I would have really loved to hear from Hansi Flick because, guys, when I look at some of the performances from Ter Stegen in Europe, when I look at, for example, Barcelona's only loss away in the Champions League this season has been when Ter Stegen has been in goal. It's just Ter Stegen is just someone who doesn't inspire confidence in us. Hansi Flick continues on. He talks about the physical condition of the team. He says, it's something I've already said. We want everyone to be available, and I can't stress enough that these players are fantastic and always want to be there. I want to give them the opportunity to play in a final. And imagine if that's the case for us. He says, there are so many games, good results always make me happy, but it's hard to choose from. He talks about Dani Olmo, who is in Barcelona's squad list for tomorrow's match. He will be involved, whether on the bench or starting. That's up to Hansi Flick. He says, we'll see if he can play tomorrow or not, and if he can recover for the weekend. He has great quality, but it's true that we haven't always been able to count on him due to injuries. Still, we're very happy to have him back, and that's absolutely the case. Hopefully, we have Dani Olmo fit for the rest of the season because he's going to be a huge, huge player for Hansi Flick. And when we look at the lineup for tomorrow's match, guys, We expect a very strong lineup. This is the lineup that Foot Mob they are reporting. With Balde's injury, Jar Martin is going to be replacing him. Inigo Martinez, I don't know if actually he's going to be starting, because Inigo Martinez, he's only one yellow card away from being suspended in from the UCL semifinal first leg. It's because he's already accumulated two yellow cards, one against Monaco and the other against Benfica, and so those yellow cards they are wiped after the completion of the quarterfinals. And thus, I would say, could this be an opportunity for Ron Araujo to start in this match, alongside Balco Arce? Jules Koundé, I don't know if he starts either. I think he is going to start, but I think, because Barcelona, they have such a big lead, and we put so much effort into that first leg, we could make some rotations. And I'm looking at two players in specific, and one in Pedri and the other in Lamine Yamal. Both of them have been playing so much football that I do believe that they need some form of rest. And so, the likelihood of both Pedri and Frankie de Jong starting, I think that's low. I would maybe start Gavi in that position and have Frankie de Jong going alongside him. And up top, I expect Rafinha to start. I expect Ferran to start alongside Fermin Lopez and Lewandowski, with Lamine Yamal being rested for Ferran. But, who knows? That it's up to Hansi Flick to decide. But one of the things that I would make sure to do is not include Inigo Martinez from the start, or even play him whatsoever, because at any moment one of our center backs they could get a yellow card. And we want to make sure that Barcelona in the semifinals they are at 100% and able to count on the services of Inigo Martinez, as he's been absolutely key for Barcelona this season. But now moving on, guys, I want to look at the words from Szczęsny, because he also spoke in the press conference before the match, as they usually do. He said he starts off by saying, "You don't even give me the option. Hello, I'm here to replace Mark, but I obviously would want to play in this competition. But I would respect the coach's opinion if he decided to change." He talks about that battle against Ter Stegen. He says Mark is at a very high level, and there's no point in making comparisons. He's returning to training after a very serious injury, and the truth is that when he's fully recovered, there won't be many goalkeepers at his level. Right now, Mark is only focused on getting back to training and doesn't have to think about that. We understand the situation very well, and there's no tension between us. Whatever happens, we'll understand and respect it. We both want the best for the team. And guys, as I said at the start of the video, please, Hansi Flick, do not, have Ter Stegen involved with the team. There's only negative vibes, there's only negative sensations in regards to Ter Stegen. Ter Statue, all of those names that were being thrown around Ter Stegen, even though he's coming back from injury. Please just focus on Szczęsny. Just focus on Szczęsny. Szczęsny, he talks about his renewal. He says, "It's not something I'm thinking about too much. I have a contract until the end of the season, and I want to focus on the games. I don't want to waste energy on contract issues or my future. I want to give my best to the club." He says, "I think I have a lot of experience. I played more than 250 games for Juventus, almost 100 for Arsenal, 81 for the national team. I played in the stadium many times, and I know what it means to play here. The youngsters can benefit from me being there, and if the coach wants to use me, I'll be ready. I try to help in the dressing room, not only with goalkeepers, but also with players who don't have as much experience. It's a very young group, and I try to give them confidence and share the experience I have from big games." And that's something that is so key. Szczęsny, a leader in that back line, and it's something that honestly it gives so much calm. And you can see, the absolutely crazy unbeaten streak that Szczęsny is on, and it's for a reason. Szczęsny, he gives praise on Robert Lewandowski. He says, "He was the first call I received. As I said before, Robert helped me and my family a lot. I was very lucky to be able to work with him and a group that helped me a lot. It was difficult for me because I had to change my mindset again, but he was truly supportive and made the transition very easy." And honestly, Szczęsny coming back, what an absolutely boss move from Szczęsny. And he basically is looking to win that Champions League trophy, because he talks about the statement about what he imagined about how it looked like after retirement. He says, "I like winning. A few months ago I was on the beach, and now I'm playing for one of the best teams in Europe. Winning is what I love most. It would have been impossible for me to imagine winning such important competitions. after retiring. I'm getting closer to winning the Champions League, which is a dream of mine. And hopefully we are able to achieve that this season. And the last piece of news I want to share with you guys before I end off the video is in regards to Alejandro Balde. Because, in the previous video that I did make about Alejandro Balde, I did talk about him, picking up an injury and him most likely going to be missing roughly between 2 to 3 weeks of action, being a doubt for the final against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey. But some more news and reports have come out today, and it isn't positive. It's very negative. And that report is that, after some more examinations, the feedback, it wasn't hopeful. And right now they're saying that he is completely ruled out from the final in the Copa del Rey. And right now, he is even a doubt for the first leg of the UCL semifinals. And right now, the goal is for him to be reaching the second leg of the semifinals, which would be on May the 6th. So basically the start of May. So more likely a month in which Balde, he would be injured or so. And this is going to be an absolutely huge moment for Gerard Martin. Hansi Flick, he has placed his trust on him throughout the season. And these are going to be a very crucial couple of weeks for Gerard Martin. And how do you guys think he's going to be faring in that left back position as a starter? He's a different profile to that of Alejandro Balde. I do think it's going to be a big blow for Barcelona, but I do trust Hansi Flick. I do trust his team to surpass that challenge and overcome the obstacle. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on everything that I have discussed on today's video. What do you guys think of tomorrow's match against Borussia Dortmund? How do you guys see that game going? Warrior score predictions, let me know down below in the comments. And as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.